Hey guys, it's the Coaster Battleman here, back at it with my favorite videos I have made in 2018, and this is kind of a bit of a reflection on my favorite videos I made this year. And I know compared to 2016 and 2017, I haven't made as many videos, but my subscriber count has been growing a lot faster than it used to back in like 2017, 2016 when I first started making this channel. But these are my favorite videos I made in 2018. And first we have the worst major coaster at each Cedar Fair park. This was one of my favorite videos I made in 2018 because, well, I was basically saying what the worst coaster at each amusement park in the Cedar Fair chain was, in my opinion, and I had the coaster and then I showed the reasons. So I thought it was a pretty good video. It wasn't with me talking or anything, but I thought it was a pretty interesting concept to have. Next we have the 10 most overrated roller coasters article reaction, and this is one of my favorites of mine. And I know back in the beginning of 2018 I used to do this thing where I wasn't really filled with too many new video ideas, so I asked the comments section to make some videos for me, or for me to make a cool video, quality over quantity, and a bunch of other things. And I made a 10 most overrated US roller coasters. It was basically me analyzing my thoughts on it, and I thought it was a good video. Next we have my favorite element on each coaster at Six Flags Great America, and this is a pretty good concept video I made, and in my opinion this is one of the most unique videos that I made this year in 2018. I'm basically saying what element I like the best on every Six Flags Great America coaster, and from Little Dipper all the way down to Goliath. And I basically say what my favorite element of the ride is and why. So I thought it was a pretty good concept and something I'm going to possibly do in the future, my favorite element on each coaster at other places I've been. Next we have top 10 best themed roller coasters at Cedar Point, and this was a really cool video, another unique one to the channel, and this was not a top 15, these are like the top 10 best themed coasters at Cedar Point. In Cedar Point they aren't the best with theming, so this was a pretty interesting video to make. I think it would fit better with like Busch Gardens or SeaWorld, or a park with actual theming, but this was still a pretty interesting concept. And let's move on to Fortnite duos with my cousin. And this is my cousin, and we play Fortnite a lot together, and he's a really good player. He's definitely one of the best players I know at this game, and we were really having a good time playing this game. And I think I had one of my best kill games this game. I think I had 3 kills. And yeah, I thought it was overall a pretty cool video to make, because I never did a Fortnite video before. And I made that 50v50 video, but it was kind of a boring video. But then afterwards we made this, and I thought this was a much better video because I was actually eliminating people. And my cousin also eliminated a lot of people. So let's move on to the next video. And I know Fortnite isn't the main thing on this channel, it's just something I like to do every once in a while, is make a bonus Fortnite video. Next we have Steel Vengeance review, and I gave a shout out to some friends of mine, and I thought this was a really good video. I basically showed my overall thoughts on Steel Vengeance, and it was a pretty cool video. Next we have the Monster Slide POV. This is one of the funniest videos on my channel. I just seem to keep on watching because it's basically me riding this slide, and basically if I showed you this in slow motion, pause it right there, there's a child basically right there in front of the red line, and I almost nailed her. So it was pretty funny, and it was by far one of my favorite videos I made on this channel. And next we have top 10 roller coasters at Cedar Point. I basically had all the honorable mentions in like a few seconds. And this is a really good video. It was basically an iMovie for me. And I know it looks pretty pixelated, but I guess that's how the images turned out. But I still thought this was a great video to make, and this was my first Mac desktop iMovie, and it was a pretty interesting concept at the time. I'm thinking about making another one, but I've made a lot of unique videos on this channel this year, so yeah. Moving on, we have my thoughts on 2019 attractions for Six Flags, my overall thoughts, and it was basically a reaction with me, and I showed my face, and it was pretty funny, so I know my overall thoughts on Six Flags. It was a pretty cool video, and it was my overall thoughts on the 2019 editions, mainly Max Force for Six Flags Great America, which will be an elite ride next year. Also, Six Flags Magic Mountain's new coaster, as well as Discovery Kingdom's 4D Free Fly, and it was a really good video. Next, we have top 10 amusement parks I've been to, September 2018 edition. And if I were to make this again, Indiana Beach wouldn't be on here, or whatever is at the number 10 spot. Indiana Beach, yeah, that wouldn't be on the list, and Over Texas would be on the list, because I got to go. And yeah, moving on, we have Firehawk versus Batwing versus Nighthawk, and this was a really cool video because it was a triple coaster battle, and it was before Firehawk got removed completely or was announced to close. And it was a really nice video because I got to ride all three, and I got to ride Batwing and Nighthawk on my East Coast trip to the East Coast to the amusement parks over there. And Batwing and Nighthawk, Batwing was just as good as Firehawk, and the Nighthawk was kind of not that good. Moving on, we have my thoughts on Firehawk's removal, and this was a pretty cool video. I basically showed my overall thoughts. I loved this coaster, and Firehawk was a great ride. It had some more cons than pros, like its capacity and maintenance issues and all that, so unfortunately Kings Island had to remove it, but they will be getting a B&M Giga, so yeah. Moving on, we have Six Flags Great America's coasters ranked worst to first. This is basically me ranking all the coasters at Six Flags Great America. It was a pretty cool video, and I always make videos on Six Flags Great America's coaster count because my opinion changes a lot. Moving on, we have Mardi Gras Hangover review, and this is basically me trash talking this Super Loop, and I hate Mardi Gras Hangover. It's one of the worst rides I've ever ridden. It was so boring. There was no hang time whatsoever, and it was just flat out a stupid ride. I'm really mad they got rid of King Chaos for this trash Super Loop, because King Chaos was a fun ride. Next, we have 500 subscriber special American Eagle vlog. It was with my friend and I. We were walking to American Eagle during Fright Fest. It was my first visit to Great America all season, which is kind of weird, but I know I got to get on basically all the credits at least once this year, so that's good. And American Eagle I got on the most, and it was a decent day. It was in the 50s, I believe, outside, and I thought it was quite nice out. And American Eagle was very good, and I also made my Max Force construction update video on the same day. And overall, I thought that was a good video. I basically was analyzing the area, and if I ever go back to Great America before they close, which I doubt I will, because they still have Holiday in the Park going, but I doubt I'll be back there until next year. So yeah, moving on, we have a new concept that I'm thinking about improving on, top 10 reasons to go to or not to go to, and we have top 10 reasons to go to Cedar Point and not to go to Cedar Point. And this is something that is a great concept for all amusement parks, and I would love to do this with a lot of the amusement parks I've been to. And overall, I think this would be a really huge thing for the future of my channel, because I think this could be something that lasts a long time on this YouTube channel, this video concept. And next we have the top 30 roller coasters I've rode. This is the recent video I made, part 2 and part 1. And I think part 2 was a phenomenal top 15, and it was really interesting to watch my top 30 looking back on it. And yeah, overall I thought it was a really good video. Really good 2 videos, even though it was basically 30 minutes of video, but I still thought this was a really good list to make. I went to Over Texas, so my list shifted around quite a bit, and some coasters have changed on the list. And that is the last few videos I just analyzed, and I'm going to be making more of these playlists for each year I've been doing this channel, 2015, 2016, and 2017. So basically, I'll have my favorite videos of 2015, 16, and 17. I'll add those playlists, analyze them for you guys, and that is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.